So today we turn our attention to a significant moment in Namibia's tourism landscape. The Namibia Tourism Board, that is NTB, is taking a bold step to strengthen the country's position both locally and globally, from hosting upcoming specialized, that is the Meeting Incentive Conference, an event that is MICE a training session in Swakopmund that is led by the renowned international expert Dr. Linda Pereira, to the launch of the NTB's first ever regional offices in Lüderitz, Rundu and Ongwediva this September. These initiatives are set to transform the way Namibia does tourism. Now joining us is the CEO of the Namibia Tourism Board to share more about these exciting developments and their impact on the Namibia's tourism future, Mr. Sebulon Chicalu. Welcome to Daily Roundup this evening.
No, thank you so much.
All right. Just to start off, why was now the right time to focus, that is, on MICE training in Namibia?
Thank you so much. It's a great question. But let me start by saying, when you look at your National Planning Development Plan, that's now NDP 6, there are big numbers there in terms of what we need to achieve. From today, that means into 5 years, which is 2030. Well, it's just below 1 million tourist arrivals, around 864,000 and some numbers in 2023. The statistics for 2024 will be launched. But then the 2030 numbers has to, to increase up to probably 1.8 million. Okay. Now, when you look at that, then you need to know what is that you need to do. So what you need to do is few things. One, there are subsectors in the tourism economy. One is your leisure, including your adventure and so on, which is classed as ecotourism. Okay. That's one where most of the numbers are coming from. But there are also subsectors, and one of the subsectors called business tourism, which is now we're calling MICE, the Meetings, Incentives, Conference and Events. Okay. Now, in achieving big numbers, you need to increase or develop other subsectors of the tourism economy so that then you can find, a bit of leverage in increasing those numbers. Okay. So it has come from, we need to make sure that the portfolio of tourism is fully optimized, not only on ecotourism, but also on business tourism. That's where the MICE come from. Secondly, it's then also looking at, you have other waves in terms of the economy. You have the green hydrogen wave that's coming, oil and gas. You see a lot of business people moving in and out of Namibia. And that is business tourism because they travel over here. When they are here, you're using facilities, accommodation, restaurant, and so on. Of course. Now, therefore, the country must be ready for this wave that's coming over here. Ready in terms of, yes, are we ready in terms of infrastructure, but also in terms of the skills, capacity, and the readiness of us as people to service that particular subsector, as well of that particular economy. And that's why the reasons that we need to build the MICE industry to support the overall growth of the tourism, whether numbers and also contribution to the national gross domestic product. Indeed.
So what key benefits will local stakeholders just in generally gain from this session with Dr. Pereira?
Well, Dr. Pereira is probably the number 2 in the world in terms of events. She comes from Portugal, a well-known consultant who does training. Now, look at it differently. Most of the events that we had in Namibia, most of the international events we had, the event planners and organizers are from either South Africa or elsewhere in Europe. Of course. So you have money coming in Namibia and money also going out in Namibia through the service provision of planning this event, organizing event. Now the benefit is, therefore, you have then people that are interested in organizing events, planning for events, trained. Okay, how to organize these major events that are coming in, that we are hosting. We are hosting all summits and conferences every week and so on. Now, therefore, we need to get professional, event organizers, event planners, and all the service providers so that we provide the best service and the best experience for those who are coming for exhibitions here or conferences or meetings in the Republic of Namibia.
Of course.
Yeah.
And how do you see the MICE sector boosting Namibia's global competitiveness? Well,
it's big. It's big time. When you combine both the ecotourism and then the business tourism, and also the wave that's now upon this country, if we were to build it and think about between now and 3 years, and now we will have certified event organizers, event planners. So your service levels goes up. And number one. Number two is then the country is ready to bid for major and other events that are coming, including having to attract repeater events that are coming as well over here. But thirdly, it's also then the money, out of that pie, 100% of that pie, probably you can get 80% of the money that has come in to remain in the country, because then all the service provided, or 80% of the service provided, are from the country. Then the money remains in the country. So we'll benefit both from the numbers, from the destinations, the brand as well, become known for hosting events and best destination for events, but also the economy will then benefit in terms of them keeping the money in the local economy.
Of course, and most of people always say that everything happens in Windhoek. Now, talking about decentralization, what motivated you to really just look at decentralization as well?
Thank you. Again, when you look at our national objectives, we want to do what we say, want to build an inclusive tourism growth and development. Now, by doing that, you need then to say, well, we are in Windhoek, where else are we? But where are the majority of the people? The majority of the people are elsewhere in the regions. And what we are saying is where we are able to, we now need to get to the regions so that businesses and individuals that want to start business and tourism don't have to travel so far or wait for services from Windhoek. And that's why we then decided to say, well, let's cluster these regions and let's have presence in the regions. And that's why we're going to be in the South Kwaras region, that's in Lüderitz. You know what's happening over there, the wave of oil and gas, but also all other events happening. Because when these things are happening, around it, there's other developments that are happening. So there's a need for more accommodation, a need for conferences, a need for other services that are surrounding there. So we will be there, and then you can serve as our clients or stakeholders from there. We will be in Ongwediva, saving also the northern part as well. There's a lot of, when you look at your statistics, there are a number of establishments that are coming out, a number of regulated businesses that are registering from those regions. We need to be there. The other reason is also when we are close by, then we can provide the necessary information. What is it, or how the communities or people around those offices can then benefit from tourism, including providing general awareness information, but also training in product development. Your way of life, the stories that we have, those are tourism resources and assets for tourism. But we need just to train our people, create awareness, how they can package them into an experience, and then from there they can charge a person who will then experience it. And then the last will then be in Rundu, serving of course, Zambezi, Kavango East and Kavango West. So we just hoping and also saying that we will be closer to our stakeholders and we'll be able really to provide these services, very close to them, instead of them really traveling these long distances and waiting for services for long, in terms of then replies, desks, and all the other licenses that they need to operate.
And these offices, how will they benefit the communities?
Well, that's the benefit of the community. It is the information, very close to them. They can walk in there, call the people, and one is your desk. Remember, you need to have a desk to, let's say, if you have a car or a transfer, you're transferring clients over there. Now you need to wait from Windhoek. We are saying you don't need to come to Windhoek when these offices are open. Number two, you can approach them and say, well, I don't understand tourism. What is this tourism talking about? What is it around us? How do we benefit from what we have? And then the officers will then say, well, head office, we have a need here. There are communities here who need this training, and then we'll respond in mobilizing resources and all other stakeholders to say we need to help with the training and general information that we can provide.
Yes. So How will these two initiatives together reshape Namibia's tourism sector over the next 5 years? Just looking at the fact that, you know, when we had COVID as well, the tourism sector was the most affected sector, and also you tried to rebuild it after COVID, and of course it's on the right path now. But how will this just really reshape the Namibia's tourism sector?
Thank you so much. It's an important question. What we want to see the next 3 to 5 years is when we are now present in those regions, we want to have more people participating in the tourism economy. We want to see more businesses being established in the tourism sector. Okay, we want to see tourists traveling to the regions or areas beyond the known areas of tourism, beyond the Tosha, beyond your Bobwata National Park, beyond your Sources Flay, into the areas where people live, so that they can experience also the authentic experience in terms of culture and heritage that we want to build. Now, when you look at also your tourism satellite account, you realize we are not earning a lot from the tourism services. One is your food and also the issues of culture in terms of your traditional way of life. So what we are saying is we want to bring that earning, which is lying at least below, you know, in the next 5 years to somewhere, probably the third in terms of the tourism subsectors to earn us money as a country. And then you have many young people, many Namibians also benefiting in the tourism economy. They feel they are part and parcel of this tourism economy that we have.
Thank you so much for being on Daily Roundup this evening.
You're most welcome.
All right. That was Mr. Sebulon Chicalu just talking to us about the MICE initiative.